Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to another daily dice where we ask the dice for a message and see what that is. Also, keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to connect with your energy directly to get you out more resonant readings. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that has supported me in any one way, shape, or form. It truly means so much to me. And if you are new here, welcome. This is a reminder that we are all human and you are accepted as you are in this here, now, here moment. If you are interested in donating, receiving a personal reading, or heading over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, check out the links in the description box down below. You will find all that information there, easy to access. And as for the podcast, the one that I am just posted in regards to recording this video is all about depression, my journey with depression, and dealing with people who don't take it seriously. So with that being said, let us get into your daily dice and find out what is today's message source. What is today's daily dice? How can we help out our fellow humans? What do they need to know? What is today's daily dice? What would you like to say, source? Third house, Gemini, and North Node. Interesting. So I feel like this may go hand in hand with the reading I just had. Let me tap into this energy while I get this set up, though, because seriously, the last dice reading that I did, I actually asked for relationship specifics, and we got third house, Gemini, and Mars. So if you didn't check that one out, make sure you check out that one. I will post them in order so that this one comes out after that one, so you can watch that one as well, okay? Yeah, so third house, what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about close personal friendships that you've known for your whole life. That's what the third house connects to, right? Your early education, the mind, your communication, your social activities, your neighbors, peers. What's really coming through today is school. Okay, this definitely feels like school. And what it is that you've learned, and how has that learning really impacted you along the way? Because there's a sense of becoming adaptability. Wow, I can really talk well. There's a sense of becoming adaptable along your journey. Like being able to change what it is that you've learned. Like this feels like the school of life. That's what this feels like, especially with North Node coming out here. This feels like the school of life. You've learned how to be creative and communicate to source and yourself and your social networks what it is that you want. Like you're learning how to really put yourself out there. And this is a beautiful energy, right? This is like coming outside of your comfort zone. You've traveled for so long in a place where it was like, oh, I had to do things X, Y, Z. And now you're like, you know what? Maybe I want to do things A, 1, 2, Z, you know, like, and have no real rhyme or reason to it, even though the rhyme or reason makes sense to you. And this is really pointing towards you taking back control. So it's like the lessons in life. This also feels like Akashic records to me. You're learning a very valuable lesson here. This feels like Akashic record healing. You're letting go of past karmas. And if you don't believe in that, that's okay. You're just letting go of past situations in this life that have bogged you down. Okay, they've like kept you in place. They've kept you stagnant. They've kept you feeling like you couldn't do what you wanted to do in repeat cycles. And no longer are you letting that be the case. Now you're stepping out into the uncomfortable world of like letting your light shine, like showing people who you really are. It's not to say that you're giving up on anything. I feel like this is in addition to. So whatever it is that you've been doing, it's like you've always been working on yourself. You've always been putting yourself out there. But it's like maybe you did something that was comfortable or something that was more accepted. And this is like, in addition to that, you're also learning how to show people what you truly want, what you truly desire, and communicating that in a way that is being accepted by others as well. Like, I mean, it shouldn't matter whether others accept you or not. That's not what matters here. But it's like the way that you're coming across here, it's actually in a way that others they're receiving it. They're like, oh, okay, this is what the collective is doing now. Like, I understand. Okay, that's cool that the collective wants to do that. Okay. You know, so that's what's coming through here. Now let's get... I am going to pull one of my spiral oracles. I just feel like this week I should bring them out. So y'all know with the daily dice, there's no telling how they're going to end up. So, okay, thank you. Yeah, look, that's exactly what I was feeling. Like, people are receiving it with kindness. Like, understanding that this is who you are, but they're like not afraid to see your darkness. They're not afraid to see your shadow, right? They're accepting it. They're accepting you because you're accepting you. It's like you're seeing your shadow as a part of you and understanding that that makes you beautiful. Maybe it isn't for everybody, but that's okay. It makes you beautiful. We have number 3 coming out here with 12 under 3. So we're talking about perspective change here for you in regards to your path, in regards to your life mission. And 3-3 is a master number here. All about creation, creativity, birthing new life, right? Birthing new manifestations. This is also about your angels communicating with you and being with you and guiding you along the way. We have leadership on the bottom with elephant here, number 10. Yeah, you are completing a cycle. This is like gathering the fruits of your efforts. It's finally coming into play. It's like you've made some sense of stability in your life. And through that stability, you're now, it's like you maybe had to do something you didn't want to do for a time. And it's like, it's not that you minded doing it, but it wasn't, you know, like, okay, so like music, that's what they're giving me the example of. Maybe you're like a country music player. Like, you love country music. You're like, I love country. I don't want to change. I want to do country. So you get signed on by a record that wants you to do pop. And you're like, okay, this is interesting. This came out in the other reading. I cannot make this stuff out. So you do pop music, right? And then for a time being, it's like, you're like, oh yeah, I'm cool with this. Like, at least I'm gaining a following. But then you're like, no, like, I'm not comfortable doing just pop music anymore. Like, I want to release a record that's country. And so you release a record that's country and you realize that people actually appreciate that far more than they did the pop. They're like, oh wow, this is like, you were born to do this. And you're like, that's what I've been trying to tell everybody. But they wanted me to do pop music. Like, what the heck? What the heck am I? Okay, let me get one more of these. And with crystal clear here, it talks about taking leadership and responsibility for your life. No longer are you living in fear. Okay, let me grab the book. Yeah, sacred sexuality. I cannot show this card, but I'll show you the words. I can't show you the image because the image is kind of risque. It's kind of one of those, but yeah, it's like you're healing your sacral chakra, right? You're healing the wound. You're healing from disconnection with your feelings and what's going on. Okay, so let's see what read crystal clear, and then I gotta look at the card off camera to make sure that it's not inappropriate. Yeah, crystal clear. So if you watch the other one, here, I'll just put this up here so you can take a picture of it, screenshot and read it, or pause it and read it. But I just want to put here, I accept the consequences of my past actions. All my past decisions, conscious or not, brought me to the place where I am right now. And this is the perfect place. I acknowledge my mistakes and I am grateful to see them without guilt. I am the creator of everything. That's why I don't give my power or responsibility to others. I don't blame it on life circumstances. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, for a while you maybe just felt like, well, this is how it has to be. Whatever it was. Okay, like, that was just an example that I gave, whatever it was. But you're realizing, you're like, no, it doesn't have to be that way. Okay, and then we have winter sewing. And I'll show you the picture. She is topless here, but I'll show you the picture at least. It is absolutely beautiful. And then I'm going to cover it up. I think the dice is big enough to cover that. Yeah. So I can leave it there. Can you see it? Okay, I think that's good right there. Winter sowing. So I was saying, like, reaping the fruit of your effort. Like, that's what I kept feeling. And what is winter sowing? Here you go. That way you can pause it and read it. It says, living better in these times will depend on observing which of my values have sprung from my heart and which were implanted by social institutions. We are systematically influenced to deviate from our purpose and programmed to be ruthless competitors, turning us into products of manipulation. It is up to me alone to look at the social structure and truth and rethink how I will benefit from this journey of life. A life based on pointless consumption is an unfulfilled life. To find that fullness and autonomy, it is necessary for me to study without being immersed in books or hoarding more information, but rather studying the best way to live in harmony with myself and all beings who inhabit this planet. Didn't I say this is like the book of life? And then here we have studying. I cannot make this stuff up. That's so incredible. Oh, I love Source so much. Thank you, Source, so much. So yeah, you're definitely in this place where you're changing the karmas in your life, and you're coming into this place where it's like, I had to do this because that's what society wanted, but that's not who I am, and that's not what I want to do. And so now you're starting to be more of yourself, and being more of yourself is actually being it's being received more than you thought it would. Maybe there was a time where you thought this isn't going to be received, so you did what everybody else was doing, and now you don't feel like that anymore. Okay, so this is what I have for you for the daily dice. If it resonated, leave a thumbs up down below. I want to take a moment to thank your guides, your messengers, your spirit angel, source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this message. But I am going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. And until next time, stay human. Bye.